friends, and first of all I just want to thank you so very much for subscribing to my channel. I finally hit 300 subscribers. Thank you so much. I love you all guys very much. I don't know what else to say. I'm just really grateful that you're all here and you're watching my videos and liking them. I also love when you leave me comments. I love reading them. Like, you are all my 300 friends. It's a great feeling to have so many friends out there who are interested in something that I'm doing, especially in something that I really enjoy doing. I do not want to give up doing this, so every support that I get from you guys is very important. Thank you so much. And today I'm actually here with some DIY ideas. I know it has been a while. DIY videos are always very long and hard to film. I know a lot of people subscribe to me because of my Valentine's Day DIY, and to those people who are still expecting more DIYs from me, here is one, and I promise you there's going to be much more. I love making DIY videos. Basically all the things behind me, I'm going to show you how I made them. I decided that this is going to be a floral theme. I decided this back in spring, but thankfully summer is also fitting to make something floral. You know me, I love everything ivory and beige. This DIY is very like neutral colors as always. So this idea is mostly for home decor, but you can definitely make these things for somebody as a gift, like for example on Mother's Day, which is already gone but it's going to be again. Or basically on any other holiday really. It's just if you want to create something very special for somebody very special, I think these ideas might be really useful. And as always, I was inspired by some ideas from Pinterest. I modified them to fit more like my style and my theme. Some ideas I invented with my own hand, and some ideas were inspired by stores, like for example Anthropologie. They always have some great decor stuff in there, and I go to their website to get some inspiration. Also, I want to mention that all these ideas are created with thrifted items. They are generally not very expensive, and I just thought it would be more interesting. This way you can see how many possibilities for creation are out there. Thrifted decor pieces are always really cheap. Add something to them and they are going to look so stylish. Everybody will be wondering where you got this from, and you'll be like, I made this. So yeah, I'm super excited to show you what I've been working on, and let's just get started. My first DIY idea was inspired by the store called Anthropologie and these particular frames they were selling. Let me show you how I created this frame with very springy, flowery quote. This is what you will need. Tassels, I bought them on Amazon. Printed quote, I don't remember where I got mine, but I'm pretty sure I purchased it on Etsy. Obviously, it should be cut in the size that fits your frame. Vintage metal frame that has space for tassels to go through. I found my frame in a thrift store. And a liner pen. First of all, I decided that my print wasn't vibrant enough, and I went over it with my liner pen. You can just draw or write your own piece of art, but I wasn't confident enough in my skills. After you are satisfied with what your print looks like, you can finally insert it in the frame. And now it's time for tassels. Since mine were connected, I found the center and cut them. Then I just pulled tassels through the frame from both sides, made little knots on the ends of the tassels, otherwise they would just lose their shape. And then I tied both tassels together using another knot. And this is it, you have a very cute and stylish looking piece of decor. I think it's very easy DIY and it doesn't require a lot of materials, and it definitely ends up cheaper than those frames from Anthropologie. These pretty vases were inspired by Pinterest, but I slightly modified this idea to fit my style and theme. Let me show you how you can make them at home. Here is what you will need. Empty transparent bottles. I'm sure you can find them in a thrift store, or you can save them after drinking something or eating salad dressing. That's what I did. You should wash them and let them dry overnight. Twine, charms with flowers, craft multi-surface paint. Multi-surface because it has to work with glass. And lots of beautiful fake flowers. This is pretty straightforward DIY, and there is going to be a lot of shaking. Great workout for your arms. Just fill in the bottle with craft paint. By the way, one bottle will require at least 2 jars. And shake bottle to spread the paint. Repeat the same step with another bottle if you're making couple of vases at the same time. Fill in and shake until your bottle is completely covered in paint inside. Then pour excess paint back into the jar or just on the paper towel. Clean bottle mouth with paper towel if it's needed. After this, give your arms some rest and let bottle stay upright for 3-4 hours. Then come back to your vases and repeat last step one more time. Pour all excess paint you can get out of the bottle and clean bottle mouth with paper towel. After this, you should leave your bottles to dry overnight. But be careful, different craft paints have different drying requirements. Mine, for example, had to be baked in the oven or left for 21 days to dry completely. 21 days, can you imagine this? So don't make my mistake and make sure you know how to dry your paint before you start decorating your vases. When your bottle is finally dry, you can take twine and attach your charm to it. And then tie the twine around the bottle, make little knot and hide the ends inside the twine. Repeat the same thing with the second bottle, and that's it, your vases are done. You will have to get floral vial and fill it with water if you want to use these vases for real flowers. But if you decide to use fake ones, just like I did, you can just place them in your vases and I think it looks awesome. This third DIY is another quick and easy makeover that you can do to any thrifted frames that you like. Here is what you will need. Frame, of course, dried flowers, you can dry them yourself or you can get them online. I will try and leave a link on the website in the description. Super glue, by the way, the one that has nail polish type of brush is the best for this DIY. Tweezers, scissors, and burlap paper, fabric, I don't know, just burlap or any other thing you want to use for background. First of all, you should cut burlap in the size of your frame. Using glass from the frame makes it very fast and easy. Then carefully look through all the pressed flowers you have and decide which ones you want to use right now. Using tweezers makes it more difficult to damage flowers. When you picked the ones you want to use, try to arrange them on your burlap and see how it looks. Don't rush into gluing them until you are certain in what arrangement you want to make. You can also trim some leaves with your tweezers in case if they take too much space. When you finally decided how it all should look like, you can use your super glue and attach flowers to the burlap. If you hold your flowers with tweezers and gently brush glue over them, it should be pretty easy. After that, carefully place your burlap into the frame and it's done! Very fun and easy DIY project, and you can create multiple flower arrangements and place them in different thrifted frames, and it will look so great! Another fun thing you can do is to create candle with floral scent using thrifted jar or mug or bowl, basically anything. This DIY is definitely my most favorite. These are the things you will need. Container. I found this cute jar in my local antique store and it has water lily on it. Candle wax. I'm using soy wax. It easily accepts colors and scents and it's not very expensive. It's also better to have it in pellet form rather than a whole block. Wick. Fragrance oil. I just found water lily fragrance on Amazon and it's not even for candle making, but it worked pretty well. Double boiler. After making some research, I purchased this guy from Amazon and it works great and it costs under $15. Thermometer, spatula, and this metal thing that helps you hold a wick in one place for hours. Are you ready? Let's do it! First of all, you will have to melt wax using your double boiler. It's super fun because it looks like white chocolate. Put plenty of water in the bottom pan and put about half a pound of wax in the double boiler. It's okay if you put more, so I was mostly eyeballing it. But half a pound should be a good fit for 8 ounces jar. Stir wax and break up big chunks with spatula. It will take between 10 and 15 minutes to melt. While wax is still melting, you should use this time and adhere wick to your container. Dip the metal tab into the melted wax and quickly attach it to the bottom of the container. Make sure it's in the center. After a couple minutes you will see that wax has hardened and wick is stuck solid to the bottom. When the wax is completely melted, you can finally add fragrance oils. The box that your wax came with might tell you the amount of oil you should use, but I didn't have any information on the box and I just added the whole bottle and it was perfect. A safe bet would be 1 ounce per pound of wax. Pour the fragrance in the wax and stir for 30 seconds. After this, you should let your wax cool for a couple minutes. Keep an eye on the temperature because when it reaches 130–140 degrees, it is the best time to pour wax in your container. When you are pouring the wax in your container, make sure to keep a light hold on the wick, but don't pour all the wax just yet. Save some in your boiler. When the initial pour sets, there most likely will be a sinkhole in the center and you will have to cover it. But first you should secure wick so it doesn't move around. I'm using this metal thing that they sell with all other candle stuff in Michael's. It works pretty well and it holds wick in place. After that, wait several hours until the wax in your container is completely set. Reheat your leftover wax in the double boiler and add this wax to your container. Don't add too much or it will create another sinkhole. When this wax is set as well, you can finally trim your wick. You will want it to be down to about 1/4 inch. If you trim it too long, the flame will be too big and hot. And that's it. It might sound more complicated than it actually is, and it's definitely a very fun thing to create. I'm looking forward to making more candles. I wish you could also smell it because it is a really amazing floral scent. And the last DIY idea I have for you today is this vintage looking pot for plants. It is really easy to make from scratch and I think result looks pretty stylish. You will need these supplies: simple pot, glue gun, glue sticks for your glue gun, scissors, fake flowers and spray paint. First of all, you will need to detach flowers from their stems. I am an idiot and I was cutting them off and it was pretty hard because of the wire. But then I recognized that you can just simply take them off. Anyway, detach as many flowers as you need. Then warm up your glue gun and start gluing flowers to your pot. It is great to have an idea of how you're going to arrange flowers on the pot, but sometimes it comes during the process. That's how it happened to me. I ended up gluing flowers all over the pot and even adding some fake leaves to fill in the empty spots and to keep symmetry. When you're done, take your pot outside, place it on the newspaper or paper towel and spray paint it. It was my first time using spray paint, so I didn't do the best job, but it shouldn't be too hard. Just make sure you wait a little bit between layers and touch-ups, and definitely add those touch-ups because not all the flowers will be dyed properly. When it looks like your pot is finally an even color, leave it to dry completely. It should say on your spray paint bottle how long you should wait. After you take your pot back inside, you might want to grab tweezers and clean off some of the glue that's now more visible with paint on it. But maybe you were more careful than me and you can skip this step. I'm not really sure if you can put soil directly into this pot. I would probably use additional plastic pot for that. But you can also put a fake plant in there and it looks just as nice. So this is it. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, don't forget to leave likes, click subscribe button if you haven't already, and leave me comments down below. Tell me if you want me to make some kind of particular DIYs maybe. I love you guys very much. Thank you so very much for watching. I feel great after talking to you. Bye!